Hispanics are causing panic, baby. Let's do it.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What a fight! I think we're gonna win it. Juan, the Hispanic causing panic, Lascano.
Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive. DStyleBoxing here. If you like the content, go ahead and hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification. That way you're notified when DStyleBoxing comes on live. Hit the all for you get all notifications. We're live every Tuesday for the Hispanic Causing Panic podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific. Also uncensored, soon to be on Mondays. We'll keep you posted on that. With that said, tonight is a round table. Be there or be square. We got a great show for you. We might even touch on this a little bit, but I'm tired of people playing stupid. All right? That's what I'm tired of. So we're going to go ahead and analyze some step by step. Oh, no, but that's not what he said. Because if he said that, it'll make me look stupid. It'll betray everything we've been saying for over a year. So he couldn't have said that. No. He didn't say that. Shout out to Ali Setback. Ali. Anyway. Hey, shout out to John Rocks, bro, from the Philippines. Filipino, I'm sorry. I apologize. Filipino watching from Italy. Salute D, man. Thank you for being here, brother. JC, how's it going, bro? A-Rod, Chief Monkey, everybody, check this out. We're going to analyze this step by step. You know? That's what we're going to do. And look, at the end of the day, if we agree to disagree, it's cool. All right? No problem. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what people should do and play it step by step so you can formulate an actual opinion out of it. Not, it's going to be whatever best suits Wilder no matter what, because I'm a big Wilder fan. No, that's not the way you analyze things. That's not the way it's done. By Doctor in the building, Brown Gone went in the building, hit the like button, share this on your social media platforms. Let's get ready to do this. I'm on early, I get that. I'm usually not on this early, but it is what it is. Check it out. Happy Thursday to everybody. Here we are. June 17th. In 2 days, got some big fights coming. I should say big fights, but a lot of fights. You know, so we're going to be spoiled with a lot of boxing everywhere. So let's go all watch it. But first, let's talk about this. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. Stay right here because we're about to go. We're going to hit the good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, don't go anywhere. Like, hold on. All right? Sit out. I might do it more than once just because people will come in and out. So it is what it is. So let's get this started. All right. So Alice Setback, for those that don't know, has a video titled "What Deontay Wilder Was Listening to During the Press Conference with Tyson Fury." Now, I already told you guys what he was listening to. All right. If you watch HCP, you know Magzilla in the building. How's it going? Stay right here. We're about to go over this right here. All right? We're going to analyze it. Like, don't give me your opinions right now. We're going to analyze what is said. Yes, yes, my doctor, he did test positive for some. Did I say otherwise? Absolutely not. When you watch DStyleBoxing, the first thing you should never do is assume or presuppose what I'm going to say. I always come with receipts. Puerto Rican rum with other Latino flags, HCP. How's it going? Let's get this started. Ali said back. Ali said back. All right, here we go.
Something during the press conference. What was it?
I listed all kinds of things. You know what I mean? I had my station on. Let me see. One of the.
Hold on. Did I switch this? Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Whoa. I think I accidentally switched to another video.
And then I changed to some I changed. You know what I mean? I unfold from there, started getting the tune and jamming and stuff. But, you know, I already knew that I wasn't going to say nothing.
Give me a second. I fucked this whole thing up. I fucked all this up and shit. I had the video ready and shit.
You know how I feel strongly about the second fight. And I haven't said much about this fight, but if you followed me, you've seen actions. And they say actions speak louder than words. So let's talk. More action for me.
Well, actually, before I get to the main one about let me just address this really quick, okay? Actions speak louder than words. Like speaking at a press conference is an action, ladies and gentlemen. Contrary to what anybody's saying, but I don't even want to dive too deep into that. Let me get this. I had the video ready. I don't know what the hell I did. Unbelievable. Oh, but okay, here we are. Let's go ahead and keep in mind, Ali cut it all out. I would like to hear the whole thing. And if anybody has the whole thing, let me know. 92A finally appearing from his hiatus. I don't know if he was tired of boxing or tired of HCP. I don't know. But here he is. Salute, brother. Good to see you. All right. Maybe he was hanging out with the UFC side of things. I don't know. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and watch this or listen to this, and we'll go from there.
We're talking to the baddest man on the planet, Deontay Wilder, seconds after a 6-minute face-off with Tyson Fury. Tell me about that. I've never seen a 6-minute face-off in my life, and you could have gone another 10 minutes.
So first of all, Alice Setback starts off the interview by massaging Deontay Wilder's balls. Okay, that's the first thing he did. All right. Calling him the baddest man on the planet when he clearly isn't. I mean, he just lost. He got stopped in his last fight. But it's cool. You know, hey, whatever it takes to get this interview. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I get it. Okay, I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's what he had to do. You know what I mean? And then he basically says you have this long face-off reporting, and you could have gone even longer. I mean, you would have beat him in the face-off. No, he lost the face-off. All right? He lost the face-off, and that's it. Ali. All right?
Definitely. You know, I just mean business. I didn't come here to play around. I didn't come here to lollygag around or nothing like that. Like, I'm strictly business when it comes to this fight. You know what I mean? And I'm just solely stuck on that. I'm gonna let they champion, meaning the people that support him, or because I don't think he, like it's always been said, he don't have fans. He just everybody his fans just Deontay Wilder haters, and it's all good. So I'm gonna let him be the circus and let him promote it and do it. Let's see, can he hold?
So he's saying I'm a business. I'm not here to talk, but then he gives out a setback like a whole a big long exclusive interview. So he did a lot of talking with Ellis Setback. I thought you were all business and you're not going to talk. I mean, I'm not going to talk to Poncher. I mean, she's going to ask me my chemistry with my trainer. Ugh. But Ali Setback massages my balls, so I'm going to answer a lot of questions for Ali. All right? I like the way you massage me, Ali. The ones that I gave interviews to, they massage me really good. So I'm going to talk to you. You know? Grapes, please. Grapes, please.
That end of the bargain, because I don't think he can. He looked for me to entertain, and then he's like my co-captain. He's like my partner in crime. I'm Batman, he Robin type stuff. But now I'm gonna let him do his thing and see how entertaining he will be, because it's the same old.
During the face-off, did he say anything? Did you say anything? Did you see anything?
I couldn't hear nothing. I didn't want to hear nothing. You know, it ain't nothing for me to hear. You know, I already got what I'm gonna do. I'm stuck in my head, and I'm looking forward to it. That's why I'm probably finna get a private jet and go and get back to the house, because it ain't nothing but train that's on our mind. That's it.
I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to hear anything. I'm focusing on my training. I'm all action. But let me sit down and do this exclusive interview with Ali Setback. Let me do that, you know?
Watching you and Malik, you looking different. To me, I've known you many, many years. The head movement, the move, the jab, the footwork. You're looking like a 147 pounder. You're not looking like a heavyweight, and you're still hitting hard.
Yeah, man, we've been working hard. You know what I mean? It's just
no, he's not, Ali. Stop.
Attributes that I've already had. You know what I mean? In the bag. It's just, you know.
All right, let me check something real quick. Hold up. All right, I got the good stuff because I had an audio ready, and then but let's go ahead. We're going to start listening to this, and we're going to go again, once again, step by step, okay?
I want to get, they try to get money from lower oppositions, he's too risky of a fighter, it don't pay, what they call
high risk, low reward.
Low rewards.
But let me tell you something that you did, which was amazing. You fought him the first time.
So you fought him the first time. Who's the guy that? So the only guys he quote unquote fought the first time would be Stavern and Fury. So those are the only candidates, ladies and gentlemen, that qualify for when you quote unquote fought him the first time. So forget about all the other fights. I repeat, when you fought him the first time. So Stavern and Fury are the only candidates that qualify for that statement. Is there any objection in the chat? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. And that's what Ortiz as well. So Ortiz, absolutely. My bad. I was wrong. Ortiz, you see how easy that is? I was wrong. Yeah, it's easy. Ortiz, Stavern. I'm still thinking of Stavern like on his knees against the ropes. But anyway, and then there's Wilder. I'm sorry, Fury. 3 candidates. Forget about everybody else.
I know you won the fight. You dropped him twice. But you were still kind enough to give him a rematch, but you didn't have to. You could have.
So now, Ali Setback's opinion, right? You want, like he said, it's so matter-of-factly, too. Like, you want to fight. I mean, you dropped him twice. So it is true that he dropped him twice. Those are 10-8 rounds for sure. But Ali, you're telling me that you gave? Because even if you count, remember, we've gone over this before, right? If there's one knockdown, right? Instead of 115, 113, you win 114, 113 if you win 7 rounds anyway, even with that knockdown, right? If it's a draw, you win because of the point differential. I get that, right? But you're telling me you gave Wilder at least 7 rounds in that fight if you had him winning. That's what that means. Or 6 rounds, I apologize. You have to have given Wilder 6 rounds for him to win that fight. I mean, even with the 2 knockdowns, if Fury wins 7, if Wilder wins 5 rounds, it's a draw, right? So you have to give him 6. You gave him 6 rounds. You're saying he clearly won 6 rounds without a shadow of a doubt. Easy. It's just, you clearly won the fight. Well, I could see some people making an argument for it. I mean, it's kind of like a suck-up thing to say. I'm just got to keep it real. All right?
You could have gone any direction. You could have gone Andy Ruiz at the time. You could have gone anything. And then when it came to the 3rd fight, he already was.
So there's the other thing. And this, I'm actually going to give credit to Wilder here. But ironically, it makes Ali's setback look stupid. Wilder wanted to run it back the second time immediately. That's what Wilder wanted. All right? It was actually Fury's side that he went to Top Rank. He said he wanted to make the fight bigger. He got 2 tune-ups. And then we got the 3rd fight. Ali's setbacks making it seem like Fury was begging to get the 2nd fight. But you see, he's so stuck kissing ass, all right? They didn't even realize what he's doing. All right? Wilder wanted to run it back immediately, at least from my understanding. But anyway, let's move on.
Counting on his fight with Joshua. He announced it himself like 3 days before the arbitration. At what point did you know you're going to win the court case?
All right. So then he asked him. So now we know there was no arbitration with Ortiz, no arbitration with Stavern. They've been eliminated. They're gone, right? So if there was any doubt, like, oh, maybe he meant the rematch with them, well, no, because there was no arbitration there. We have, ladies and gentlemen, we're only talking about Tyson Fury. We're talking about the arbitration with Tyson Fury. So even though he's saying he and him, we know, given the evidence given to us and the circumstances of the conversation given to us. Now, let me go on record before I proceed here. I got the receipts. I knew this undisputed fight was not going to happen. So yeah, I got to call Spectrum and get this shit fixed. I don't know why it's doing this. This is annoying as shit. But anyway, moving on. I need to let you guys know right now. I knew the undisputed wasn't going to happen. I told people it was a pipe dream. I told people it was an arbitration. For anybody that's like, oh, but it's over. It was obvious that the arbitrator was going to side with Wilder the whole time. In fact, I think Fury and Arum knew it the whole time. I think they played people to put themselves in the news a little bit with the whole thing. I think Eddie Hearn knew it all along. They knew all along that fight was not going to happen, and they played people. And yes, there's a lot of people out there that were acting arrogant, saying, oh, it's going to happen, ha, 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 no trilogy. I said the trilogy was going to happen. All right? I'm just saying. So what's happening with the internet, I don't, you know what it is? It's a new modem, and they got to come fix it. I'm going to call them right after this video. Right? Let's proceed.
Yeah, I'm very confident in my legal team. I'm very confident in the.
They shocked the world, by the way. Nobody expected it.
They didn't, because it was four white men against one black man. Come on, man.
So again, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't. I think it was pretty obvious. And again, I'm not Monday morning quarterbacking. It was pretty obvious that the trilogy was going to happen. Anyone who really believe, I never believed that the undisputed was going to happen. I never actually believed it. All right. But it did shock some people, in fairness. We got to be fair. There was some people that were shocked. Genuinely shocked. Like, oh my God. What do you mean? But it was announced. Like, yeah, it wasn't going to happen. Right? Because it was the Fury side in some cases that wanted the crowd, and they were postponing the fight. And then, yes, the contract expired, but bro, like, you know, come on, you know what you did. Any arbitrators would look at that. You know what I mean? So when you really look at it, especially in hindsight, it wasn't really shocking. All right? But anyway.
I was very confident in my team that I had. I was very confident in the evidence that we had, and you know everything, all the above. You know, so
he was confident. He had no doubt. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Even just being up there in person, to feel the energy, to feel the atmosphere with the judge and everybody that deal with the court system, I felt very.
For the record, a lot of people are using this against Wilder a little bit because he set the court system and stuff like that. This was through an arbitrator, but you know, semantics. I don't want to play semantics, so we'll keep it going.
Very confident, you know, what I'm feeling and stuff. Because right is right at the end of the day, and I understand sometimes.
So he's about to make a point that, hey, you know, I was going against the court system. He meant the arbitrator, but let's just go by what he meant and not play semantics. But right is right. He's foreshadowing what he's about to say, ladies and gentlemen. Meaning, hey, sometimes the court system can, like, they're talking about the arbitration with him and Fury, right? And now he's like, oh, man, you shocked everybody when you won the case. Yeah, I was confident. It was a black man in the court system, you know, so everything was against me. But you know, we were so confident in my team. That's what he's talking about. It's clear that's what he's talking about. And now he's saying, hey, you know, I understand even with everything, right is right. He's going to say it in a moment, but let's play it.
In the court system, you can have all the facts and the proof. I mean, look at me and Povetkin. I had the facts.
You couldn't have, right is right. Look, you could have all the facts and the proof. Look at me. Now, this is Wilder using the example of the Povetkin fight. The main topic is still him, Fury. That's the main topic. Okay? Then he brought up the Povetkin case. Look at the Povetkin case and listen to what he's about to say.
In the proof, and the judge ruled it in my favor, but weeks later or a month later, then we got a whole look at me and Povetkin. I had the facts and the proof. And
look at me and Povetkin. I had the facts and the proof. Let's play it again.
At the end of the day, and I understand sometimes in the court system, you can have all the facts and the proof. I mean, look at me and Povetkin. I had the facts and the proof, and at the end of the day, and I understand sometimes in the court system, you can have all the facts and the proof. I mean, look at me and Povetkin. I had the facts and the proof.
Sometimes in the court system, you can have all the facts and the proof. Look at me and Povetkin. I had all the facts and the proof. Once again, sometimes in the court system, you can have all the facts and the proof. Example, Povetkin. I had all the facts and all the proof. I'll say it one more time in case it hasn't clicked. Look at the Povetkin case. I had all the facts and all the proof. Batista, you're going to get it in a moment. So they're talking about the Fury thing. They're talking about Fury. He's doing a quick segue using Povetkin case as an example and saying, it's clear what he's saying. He's saying, hey, look, what's right is right. Look at the Povetkin case. I had all the facts and the proof, right? And what, Wilder? And what?
And the judge ruled it in my favor, but weeks later or a month later, then we got a whole new judge, which I don't know how, and then he ruled it another way. But
so they did a switcheroo on him. The first judge said, "Yep, Wilder wins." Another judge, said, "Nah," or whatever, right? And he's saying, "Hey, look, I had all the facts and the proof, and right is right, but they did me wrong," is what he's saying. All right? Because he's saying, "Hey, look, it wasn't a guarantee, even though I had all the facts when it comes to the arbitration." Right? Look at what happened to me in the Povetkin case where I had all the facts, is what he said. That's what he said.
I know what went down in that, but just know I know what happened in that situation. But at the end of the day, we have no proof.
So that right there is what takes the cake. First of all, the problem with Wilder here is that he's speaking a lot in, we know what happened there, right? Because he raises his arm like that, right? But at the end of the day, I didn't have the proof. What are you talking about? You just said you had all the facts and the proof when it comes to the Povetkin situation. So what are you talking about not having facts and proof? It can be about the arbitration because he won the arbitration. We have the proof in the arbitration case, all right, where Aram is on camera saying shit like, "Now we need a crowd for the fight." So we know he's not talking about having no proof about the arbitration. We know he's not talking about the Povetkin because he already said they had all the facts and the proof in the Povetkin case. But if you look at interview after interview of Deontay Wilder, he always just randomly keeps bringing up how Fury cheated. Oh, sure, like he could be asked anything. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Well, I had the thing about Fury. I mean, you know what he did. He has a criminal past. He cheated. He tested positive. That's what he's doing, bro. It's clear as day. If it ended there, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would let it be. Maybe. But you look at the situation. We know he's not talking about having no proof about the arbitration because he had to prove and won the case in arbitration. He's not talking about the Povetkin case because he won the first case with evidence and proof, and he did have the proof, and Povetkin did test positive for what he tested positive for. It wasn't a lack of proof. It was the amount of the substance that he had, in which then, I forgot which agency it was, USADA, WADA, whatever it was. They changed the levels, right, that someone can have. That was not a case of lack of evidence or having no evidence. Plus, he already said he had the evidence. Let's listen to more.
So if you have no proof, they don't need to come out and like, "Hey, you did." I know.
They play this part again.
I know what happened in that situation, but at the end of the day, I know what went down in that. But just know, I know what happened. Another way, but I know what went down in that. But just know, I know what happened.
Just know, I know what happened
in that situation. But at the end of the day, we have no proof.
But at the end of the day, we have no proof. But the problem, Dilo, he didn't say that. He didn't say, in the second Povetkin case, we had no proof. He said that he did have proof. And then he said, but in that situation, that could mean anything. And then he said, but look, check this out.
If you have no proof. It ain't no need to come out and like, hey, you. I know what happened. And
You in there. You've had 43 pro fights. You have 30
Why is Ali saying this? Watch.
amateur fights. You're a medalist in the Olympics. You sparred everybody on the planet. You know.
yeah, most definitely.
What would him having experience in a boxing ring, fighting everybody, mean? You know, when he never got in the ring with Povetkin, he never actually fought Povetkin in the ring. That never happened. We know what they're talking about. All right? Everybody knows what they're talking about. I went through the whole thing, Dilo. I don't need to go back. You're the one that's late. I went through the whole thing. I already went through the whole thing. You can go on archive and listen to it. I already went through it all. Of course, Ali. Why do you think Ali brought that up? Because Ali knew what he was talking about. That has nothing to do with Povetkin. We know what he's talking about. He already said, I had all the proof, I had all this. He used the Povetkin thing as a quick segue and a quick example of how a court system, quote unquote, did him wrong while he was talking about the arbitration case, which he did win. So he can't be talking about the arbitration case. He said he had all the proof. He had everything in the Povetkin case, but all of a sudden he said he had no proof? What do you mean he had no proof? He just said he had proof. He said it twice. You could have all the proof and evidence. And look at the Povetkin case. Had all the proof and the evidence. And we already know what the proof and the evidence is. The Povetkin case had nothing to do with lack of evidence. Nothing. The Povetkin case was all about a rule change. That's what it was. It wasn't a lack of proof and not having proof. Oh, in that situation, there's no need for me to do this and do that, because this and that. Like, oh, you look at you had all this experience.
And it's a shame.
You in there. You've had 43 pro fights. You have 30 amateur fights. You're a medalist in the Olympics. You sparred everybody on the planet. You know.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's.
And Wilder said, oh, most definitely. Co-signed. That is co-signing what Ali said. We're not done.
It's a shame that boxing is what it is. You know what I mean? But, we eat, breathe, and sleep it. We love it at that same time. You just gotta keep refreshing. Keep refreshing your the way you feel about certain things, your intuition, about the people that you have around you. Because like I said in the beginning, you can have people that's wolves in sheep clothing, and they can be with you.
Look, bro, now he's talking about, look, at the beginning, you could have people, wolves in sheep clothing. I mean, he's obviously talking about Mark Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he's talking about. Not JD's. JD's will never be the wolf in sheep clothing, not him. When JD's, if I do believe he put an egg in the glove, I mean, JD's wouldn't have done me wrong. JD's, I mean, poor JD's. Let me give him all the benefit of the doubt. JD's was done wrong when it did me wrong. Dilo, the fact that Wilder has so many fights is like here's the problem. And I'm just going to have to flat out disagree with you, like the way you're mentioning that, okay? This is the problem with a lot of people, all right? Someone says something that's, yes, a fact, but it's clearly irrelevant to the whole situation, okay? So people think, oh, if I say something that's true, it validates my point, right? In what way? In what way does him mentioning the fact that Wilder has so many fights and so much experience professionally and sparring, does that validate or prove that Fury cheated? Because that's what they're talking about. Let's stop acting stupid. They're not talking about the second judge. Because what does that have to do? And he said, oh, most definitely he said. How is it relevant is my point. Like if you accuse me of stealing something from your home, You would have to have some, at least circumstantial proof. You can't say, but DStyle, I'm an investigator. I've been doing investigating for 30 years. And let's say that's true. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's just a random fact. Like, random facts are not proof. They're not like when we say, oh, facts. That's not what we mean by facts. No. Like, there's a fact and then there's facts. And when people are talking, oh, yeah, that's facts right there. What we mean by that, it's a relevant fact. Because even facts are determined by their relevancy. So, yes, it is a fact that I'm speaking out of a microphone right now to you people, right? But does that have anything to do with what I had for breakfast this morning? Like, can any of you guess what I had for breakfast this morning? Well, you're talking out of a microphone right now. Facts. But no, that doesn't answer. Well, are you or are you not speaking out of a microphone? Well, I am. Well, there you go. Facts. Like, yeah, but I'm asking you, well, what do you think I had for breakfast this morning? That's what I'm asking. Well, I'm sure you had pancakes at one point in your life. Well, I have. Well, there you go. So I think you had pancakes. We have to be clear and concise, and we have to have relevant facts. So I hate to break it to a lot of conspiracy theorists out here, okay? But Tyson Fury had an egg weight in his glove. Facts. Like, okay, what's your proof? He tested positive one time and got suspended from the sport. Facts. Well, while that is true, I can't deny that that's true. Like, everybody knows that. But that doesn't prove that there was an egg weight in the glove. They drugged him. How do you know they drugged him? Look, he's a known cheat. Facts. Look, what? That's not a relevant fact. That's not proof. That's like saying, oh, there's somebody in the jail cell found dead. Right? Someone's dead in the jail cell. I think I think Mr. Sinister killed him. What? His name's Mr. Sinister. Facts. Like, what? That doesn't mean he killed him. Relevant facts, not just random facts, not irrelevant, like relevant facts, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I am looking for. So, yes, they were talking about the arbitration. They're talking about three things, guys. The arbitration, this and that. I won the case. I was the only black man in the case, and I won the case, right? You shocked the world. There you go. And then they're talking about look at the Povetkin case. I had all the proof, he said. I won the case, and then they did a switcheroo on me, and then the other judge ruled differently. Because if you go back, he says, what's right is right. I had all the proof. I had all the evidence. And they still did me wrong when they did the switcheroo. He's talking about morality, ladies and gentlemen. He's insinuating that, look, and this is my opinion, but this is how I interpret it. He's talking about morality. He's talking about, I know this man did me wrong. I know he did it. I may not have the proof that people are asking for, or he would already shown it. He would already expose the fucking evidence. Wilder feels, maybe he does feel in his heart that he was cheated. Maybe he does feel that he was drugged. But he doesn't have the evidence for it. Nobody does. Because nobody's shown it. They keep giving me irrelevant facts. That yes, they're facts, but they're irrelevant. They don't prove anything. So what do we learn today? That relevant facts and we also learned that DStyle's internet is shit. That's the other thing we learned. But got to get this fixed. I got a round table tonight. What the fuck is going on? Hey, what's going on to Major Key 92 AKU? We need relevant facts, not assumptions, not a feeling. Oh, come on. It's a fact that he's a gypsy. And you know how those gypsies are. That is not a relevant fact, nor is it proof. That's not what that is. I'm not here to question how Wilder feels. Maybe he does feel something funky happening. I don't know. I can't speak for him. If I had an opportunity to interview Wilder, right, I wouldn't be kissing his ass like Ali Setback. I wouldn't be hostile or confrontational either. Okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with the guy, right? I'm just going to ask him a question, and whatever his answer is, his answer is. And I'll ask him a follow-up if what he's like. I would have asked him, I would have stopped him right there, and I would have said, when you say that, Kate, are you still talking about the Povetkin thing, or what are you referring to? I would have been very clear. That way there's no assuming. In my opinion, it's clear that he's no longer talking about the Povetkin case. And he affirms that by confirming what Ali Setback said by saying, yes, absolutely. Because his record and what is Ali Setback, what he's insinuating is, if anyone knows that something was wrong in that fight, it would be you, because you have X amount, 40 plus professional fights. You've done all this sparring. You know, he didn't say this, but you were in the Olympics. You know, you would know. If anybody would know, it's you, Wilder. You would know if something was wrong in that fight, right? That's what Ali Setback's saying. And somebody might say, hey, I kind of agree with that. Why wouldn't a fighter with X amount of fights know, right? Leaving aside whether you think that's good enough or not, you know what the hell they're talking about. Let's stop acting like they're still talking about the Povetkin case. Because they're not. D'Lo, I never said he was lying when he pointed out the credentials of Wilder. What I am saying is it is irrelevant. Do you get what I mean? Somebody could still be a weasel and be telling the truth. You don't have to lie to be the weasel. You don't have to lie to be a kiss ass. When Fight Hype tells Floyd, yeah, nobody done what you done, champ. Yeah, champ. Yeah, you beat 25 world champions. That makes you the greatest of all time, right? Now, the greatest of all time is an opinion, but are they lying about that Floyd beat 25 world champions? Like, technically speaking, no, it's not a lie. But we know that that record is a bullshit record, okay? It's a bullshit statistic, especially historically, because there's more bouts now. There's 4 champions up to 5. You know what I mean? There's more divisions than ever in the sport of boxing. And Canelo will be breaking that record like in 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys are going to be breaking that record soon, especially with the way bouts are going. And then they're going to cry about it then. Oh, there's so many bouts. Well, what about when Floyd was around? He had so many more bouts than the guys before him. So you don't look at a fact, you look into the facts. You don't look at the numbers, you look into the numbers. So I'm not saying that Ali Setback lied. Look, you think I'm saying he lied because he pointed out the amount of fights that Wilder's had and that he's done a lot of sparring with a lot of guys? No, he's not lying about those credentials. Okay? But it's irrelevant. Tell me how it's relevant. Doesn't mean you're right. Doesn't mean I'm right. It just means we have a difference of opinion. I just don't think it's relevant. Simple as that. Well, he said most definitely. He didn't say, let me tell you something. It would have been very easy to say, well, in this case, I mean, it was more of a matter of the judge or something. Like, if he would have said something like that, that's not what he said. Every interview is bringing up about how Fury cheated. Every single one. You tell me that this one's the exception? Like, he didn't try to insinuate anything here? And if he wasn't talking about that, we know at the very least, we know many, including Ali Setback, presupposed and assumed what he was talking about. What's going on to the boxing? What's going on, Ness? Shout out to Major Key Boxing. He'll be on tonight. Remember to subscribe. Maxilla, how's it going? What's going on? Tito Donis, how's it going, brother? So look, I got to go in a little bit. I got to figure out this internet situation. I have no idea what's going on with the internet, but got to figure that out. Got to do a couple of things here, but with that said, y'all already know it's not as clear as you're making it seem. Oh, he was clearly talking about the one. No, he wasn't. Let's break it down one more time. At the start of it, he started saying, I had all the proof, I had all the evidence. I won the case. And his whole point was, even though I had all the proof and all the evidence, I didn't. The second judge did a switcheroo on me. And then he said, but in that situation, and he lifted his hand in the air, I had no proof. Oh, but what about your record? You had so many fights, champ. Here's what I want. I want a real interview with Wilder. I want whoever it is. I don't give a fuck who does. I want a real interview. I'm not saying I want somebody to go back and forth. I just want real questions. That's all I want. Hey, Wilder could go on to Boxing Boys. Ness could interview him. I just need a real interview. I need someone to stop him and be like, well, when you say that situation, are you still talking about this? Or are you segueing to something else? What are you talking about? I don't. Try again, this. Try again. I don't know. But that's all it is, guys. Well, that's it. I got to get going, though, man. But I appreciate everybody that tuned in. This is DStyleBoxing. I'm out of here. Peace.